knows how you come across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with. That's me.
Well,
I am not an African American.
You're Oreo cookie, white in the inside and black on the outside.
I don't have an afro, I have an Amerifro.
Talking that idiotic stuff you talk about, I will slap you.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American.
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show. Last night, Glendale City Council held a hearing on whether or not to allow gun shows to happen on city property again. And again, I remind you that these gun shows have been held there for over 20 years. There has been no incident, no problems, nothing gone wrong. The neighbors have never ever complained about the gun shows over 20 years. No incidents, no nothing. No one have gone there and bought a gun and went out and shot someone. Just nothing, no reason at all. Nothing has ever happened in a negative way in 20-something years of gun shows in Glendale, California. And Glendale, California, by the way, is a suburb of Los Angeles for those who are not in this area. Well, last night, the City Council of Glendale had a vote on that. So they held this hearing where they allow, the public to come in and for and against to come in and express their views. The City Council, I have to tell you, they had the mayor of Glendale running the meeting last night, City Council meeting. The people who went up against the gun show, they had no logical reason at all for banning the gun shows. But what I noticed about the City Councils, and they have already made up their minds. And most of them are Democrats, so you really don't have a chance. And they sit there like kings on a throne, or queens on a throne in some cases. They look down their noses at you, and they pretend to be listening, but not listening and caring at all. They gave us a minute and a half, I believe, to express ourselves, right? Tell why we were for or against. This one guy went up before me, and he went over his time a little bit there, and the mayor berated that guy like never before. It was pitiful. It was awful. I could not believe it. He told the guy to shut up and sit down. I mean, just yelling at him. And the guy just went and took it and sat down. I do want to say that they put you kind of in a handicapped position. There were a lot of police officers there. And so the mayor made it clear, he was running the meeting. He made it clear that if anyone applaud or make noise, they're out of here, and told the police officers, I'm going to point out the person, you take them out of here. And so I went up, and they called my name and gave my reasons why they should not ban the gun show. And I told them, look, this is what's happening in South Central L.A. and the urban areas across the country. The criminals have the guns. The law-abiding citizens are under siege. I said to white folks there, look, you give up your guns if you want. Black Americans, black thugs have been taught in Hispanics that don't destroy your own neighborhood. Go into the suburbs. White people are your problem, not black, so don't destroy your own neighborhoods. And I said, we've seen glimpses of it with these mob attacks across the country over the last couple of years or so. And believe you me, we're going to have a riot in L.A., another riot within this 4 years. Something's going to happen. They're going to come for you. And my time ended. And so the guy like, sit down, your time is up. The mayor, right, of the city. I said, you shut up. Don't tell me to shut up, and do not tell me to sit down. Who do you think you are? I pointed my finger at him. I told him to shut up. Don't talk to me like that. You don't have. I said, look, buddy, you work for us. We do not work for you. And you guys are sitting up here like on your high throne looking down at folks. You shut up. And one guy said, oh, he's the mayor. I'm like, it doesn't matter. What does that mean? The guy worked for us. We don't work for him. And he's like, escort him out of here. Tell the police officers to escort me out. And so 2 cops came up, took me on east side, taking me out, right? And I'm still yelling at the mayor, don't you ever yell at anyone else again. You have to remember, you work for us. We don't work for you. We'll vote you out of there. And so I went and sat down. And then when I sat down, one of the cops was trying to beckon for me to come and go out. And I shook my head. No, I'm not going out. I'm not going out. And so another cop went over to him and said, hey, leave him alone. He's sitting down. Leave him alone. So they left me alone. And there were really good testimonies there in support of the gun show. I mean, common sense. Someone was telling them, hey, you need to look at these drugs these people are taking. And just really excellent testimony about the constitutions and about history, what has happened when guns were taken away from them. It didn't matter. There are more Democrats on the city council than conservatives. So they voted 2-3 to ban the gun show. Isn't that something? And sitting back and observing that meeting, I've seen this before. The people who are on the side, the conservatives, the good folks, law-abiding citizens, you're too nice at these meetings and rallies and things. You have allowed the liberal media and others to intimidate you into niceness. You know, being nice. You can't be nice to these folks. If you notice, the homosexuals, their movement, Occupy Wall Street, they took it too far. Well, so did the homosexuals, but they took it too far. And others, they have made noise. The black liberals make noise, and they get what they want. And I'm not saying go out there and be violent and destroy property and all that. That's nonsense. But you got to express yourself. You can't be all nicey to these people because you're afraid of how the liberal media is going to report it. And these liberal Democrats don't care about, they have intimidated you. They want you weak and nice. I'm looking at these people, they laid it out, but they were really, really nice about it. And it's just so unfortunate that they've allowed themselves to be that intimidated by these liberals. It's a battle between good and evil. I don't know what the South Central L.A. Tea Parties and others are going to do about this decision in Glendale, California, but we're going to meet and we're going to talk about it, and I'll let you know. We got to literally start fighting back. Banning your guns is a serious thing. It's not a joke. And these people are hell-bent on doing it. And if we sit back and be nicey nice, maybe we need to boycott the businesses or do something. Protest the city council. You know what I'm saying? The good folks are trying to play by the rules. But the evil people are not following the rules, and they're taking our guns. We got some of the toughest gun laws around the country. In the urban areas especially, and the urban areas are worse off as a result of the gun control laws. So I encourage you, do not be all nice with these people. They don't care about you. They've already made their minds up. And we need to vote out these Democrats. There's too many of them on these boards. The two guys who voted in support, that was on the city council and voted in support of the gun show stand, they laid it out. Look, there's no reason to ban the gun show. Nothing has ever happened negatively. Nothing. In the 20-something years that they've been there. And yet, they banned it because there are more of the Democrats on the city council than Republicans. We're losing our rights. Don't you understand what's happening? We are losing our rights to bear arms. They're going to take away the freedom of speech. You see how they attack us when they don't like what we say? They try to protest your advertisers. They try to ban you from radio or TV. These people go after what they want. And no, you're just going to be all sweet and nice. There's a reason it's the Second Amendment. You got to realize that the Second Amendment guarantees all the other rights. It's gone, you're out of there too. It's over for you. And we are losing it bit by bit. And you're being nice to these liberal Democrats. It's ridiculous.